Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Sydney Lane with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Some local experts are looking at the recent increase of water levels of the Ouachita River, while some communities along the Mississippi River could experience potential flood levels. NBC 10's Valerie Moravi tells us what we should be expecting from this.
The river did reach a crest of 38.85 feet, and that was on April the 13th. But now we are heading down.
Water levels continue to fall below flooding stage, which is 40 feet. Wagner says at one point water levels were 1.5 feet away from reaching that stage. He says the levee district in Monroe maintains a static and a folding flow wall that are raised time to time to prevent flooding.
All of these projects are maintained throughout the year, and we do periodically raise them just for inspection purposes, but everything that we have as far as flood control at this point is completely operational.
In Wisconsin, a small number of people had to evacuate their homes as the river kept rising. Wagner says the Ouachita River should not experience any complications. He says they will continue to monitor the water levels.
We were close to flood stage, but we were fairly far away from anything that was going to cause us any serious issues. But we do monitor the river levels, and local interior water levels 24/7, every day of the year. So it's not something that we're going to turn our back on just because we are trending down with the river at this point. We're very glad to see it trending down, but we won't be turning our back on it anytime soon.
With the legislative session happening, one local group has started a petition in support of a proposed bill that aims to prevent distracted driving. NBC 10's Mackenzie Jonican has more details.
House Bill 580 was authored by Representative Mike Huvel with hopes to strengthen the prevention of using devices while driving. There is a present law that prohibits engaging in a call, talking, or listening on wireless communication devices. Now it is being proposed to modify and extend the terms of the present law. Dale Condra and other community members have started a petition to further support the proposed bill.
We have a chapter called Harley's Owners Group, so it's a bunch of riders, motorcycle people. The biggest thing that we're scared of is every time we pass a car, somebody's got their phone in their hand. They're either watching a video or texting, and we're just trying to bring awareness to it. It takes one time looking at your phone crossing that line.
Drivers will still be able to make calls to report medical emergencies or crashes. The bill also does not limit the prohibited devices to just a phone, but also includes any electronic or portable device. Some residents shared their thoughts about this bill.
Stop people from having wrecks and children innocent kids get hit through people texting and driving, answering the phone while they driving, all that kind of stuff.
And I do understand the purpose of it, but I believe as Americans it's our freedom. One thing that I do in the afternoon to make a little extra cash is DoorDash. In order to DoorDash, you need to follow instructions from the app using Google Maps, and you also need to find out where the order is and that kind of thing. I just don't think it's right for Louisianians, and I just don't think it's right in general.
And now, Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Trey Tonneson.
So your weather opportunity stays well to our west on your Friday, and also with the arrival of your Friday, we'll see the arrival of much more sunshine across the area, as well as the lower 80s making a return to the forecast across the viewing area alike. But as we transition into the midday, you should stay mostly dry across the area, not completely dry. Once again, temperatures back into the lower 80s, and we'll see that sunshine, which we hadn't seen for a string of days. Now into the evening, unfortunately, clouds do start to build. Temperatures will be back into the lower 60s with a few slight chances for rainfall, but overall really not much. Those clouds do start to build, however, into the overnight hours into your tomorrow morning. That would be Saturday morning. As we take a look at your 7-day forecast, notice the transition and change into next week. That will be more sunshine, a little bit more heating, as well as a little bit of lack in cloud cover, meaning a beautiful change to your forecast and a much more spring change into next week. As we look at the middle portion of next week, it looks like we're going to continue to stay dry heading into the latter part of next week as we see warmer temperatures, more sunshine, and also a little bit of a shift in winds across multiple days next week. But the change to note today, more sunshine, a little bit warmer, slight change in winds, but should stay between 5 to 10 miles per hour, just a little bit of an